Hello everyone, welcome back once again. We are discussing about the screen effectiveness. So in the last class we discussed about how to get the screen effectiveness based on the various given data of site separation. Right? So in that case we discussed about various steps to be followed. So we will just quickly go through the slides. So this is what we discussed about the general discussion about the screen effectiveness, and the term which is needs to be emphasized here is the material balance, right? So total F is equals to D plus B. So next we discuss in terms of various formulae which are used or which will be used to find out the overall effectiveness, right? So these are the three main equations which are used to find out the overall screen effectiveness. And next we discuss in terms of the general table where various terms, we discussed about the various terms, right? And these are the various steps which we need to take care while finding out the overall screen effectiveness. So this is the graph which we need to get it, but now the question is how to get it, right? So today we'll discuss in terms of a numerical. See, the question is a quartz mixture having analysis which is given in the table is screened through a standard 10 mesh screen. Please do remember the value is given as standard 10 mesh screen. Okay. So what we have to do, we have to calculate mass ratios of overflow, underflow of feed and overall effectiveness of the screen. So see, this is the given data. This is the mesh number 4, 6, 8, 10 up to pan. This is the DP. So this is the screen opening we can say, and this is the mass written in the graphs. So as we discussed in our lab session, we found out this mass retained of feed, overflow and underflow. So let us start to solve this equation. I hope you will be aware of what are the various steps which we discussed in the last class. So in the first step is find out, or if it is given mass retained, that is fine. If not, you have to take these values, right? So this is the given. This is the given table. So next you have to find out the mass fraction. So the first question is how to find out the mass fraction for feed, overflow and underflow, right? So this is our step number 2. So initially what I have to do, I will find out the summation of the feed, overflow and underflow of the mass retained in the grams. Why I am doing so? Because I have to find out the mass fraction. Mass fraction will be individual divided by the total value of the mass, right? So you will get the values of this. So let us see. So this is my overall 100 is a summation of mass retained in grams, right? And next we are having for, this is for overflow and underflow. Similarly, how will you get the mass fraction? This 0 divided by 1000. Next for overflow also 0 divided by 701.4. So you will get the respective values. Okay. So this table is completed, you will get the mass fraction. Similarly for the underflow. So the overall mass which we got in the underflow is 300 grams. Right? So individual divided by total, individual divided by total. So you will get mass fraction of feed, overflow and underflow respectively. Do remember, the summation of all this should be 1, right? Because this is a fraction. Next, in step number 3, what you have to do, you have to find out the cumulative mass fraction. This is somewhat important and very tricky step where you need to consider the various terms in cumulative mass fraction. So let us have a discussion how to find the cumulative mass fraction. See, in the first case this data is given. Second case you find out this mass fraction based on total and the individual, that is individual divided by total. These are the values you found out or you have calculated for feed, overflow and underflow, right? So next you have to find out the cumulative mass fraction. So how it is to be found out? Cumulative mass fraction is summation of mass fraction of feed, overflow and underflow, right? So it is summation of all the values. Let's say for 0 it should be 0, then feed 0.025 for mesh number 6 plus mesh number 4, right? So this is 0 plus 0.025. Next, 0 plus 0.025 plus 0.125, this is 0.15, right? So this is the summation of this. Similarly, what you have to do? You have to just sum the previous one with the current value of mass fraction. So you have to stop your values or stop your calculation once you will get the value as 1 in the cumulative mass fraction. I hope you are clear with this. Next, step number 4 is what you have to do. You have to plot dP versus cumulative mass fraction of feed, overflow and underflow. See, you have to plot for dP versus cumulative mass fraction of feed, overflow and underflow. So I have plotted this graph of dP versus cumulative mass fraction, right? So you will be able to see various curves depending upon the data. So this is your, on x-axis is your dP in mm. This is cumulative fraction of feed, overflow and underflow, right? So what you have to do next, you have to find out the values of xf, xd and xv. These are not given in our data, but we required it to find out the overall effectiveness, right? So how to find out this? If you go to your problem statement, it is written that it should pass to the 10 mesh script, right? So the value which is corresponding to the mesh 10 is 1.651, right? So this is dP value for mesh number 10. So what you have to do for 1.651, this is your 1.651, right? You have to draw a straight vertical line which is cutting to these curves of, let's say, feed, overflow and underflow respectively. Sorry. So this is for your overflow, this is for your feed and this is for your underflow, right? So when you will cut this, you will get the respective values of xf, xd and xb. So this graph you need to plot it manually, right? So you will be able to get the values of xf, xd, and xb. So if you will able to see this, some values you will be able to see, right? So the values which we are getting is xd as 0.86, xf 0.49 and xb is 0.22. So as you are aware of this, we are having the various equations of Amuli which is used to find out the overall effectiveness, right? So this is the d by f value, this is b by f value. So just simplifying the equations, so we can get xf minus xb values, xd minus xf values, find out all these terms, so you will get the b by f and d by f values. So our aim is to find out the E, that is overall effectiveness, right? So when you will put these values, you will get E as 0.65 around. So your percentage overall effectiveness is 65%. So this is how one should calculate the screen effectiveness by given data. So just to sum up, in today's lecture we discussed about how to find out the overall screen effectiveness. I think you may be aware of this, that F is equals to D plus B. That means the material balance is very, very important in this case, and that is what we did in this case. Already we had discussed the derivation to find out the overall effectiveness in our classroom, but still it is very important to find out it numerically, so which we tried with the help of various steps and the graph. So I think this will be sufficient for you. So thank you very much for listening. Thank you.